I'm joined today by Andrey Stoychev from VS Capital. Andrey, do you mind sharing a little bit about your experience?
First of all, thank you for the invitation on your boat. It's a nice boat as always. Happy to be here with you in the first expo for the year. Excited times. Yes, I'm working in a brokerage company 21 years already. Started in the brokerage dealing side of the things. So far, I'm running my own company, but still I'm trying to be close with the risk management of the business because I think this is the main thing, especially these days, having in mind all the big volatility of the market.
Everything that's been happening in January, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So VS Capital has been positioning itself as an institutional grade multi-asset liquidity provider, which is an incredibly competitive space, I believe. So how do you stand out and what makes your offering different from other liquidity providers out there?
Well, yeah, it's a very competitive market, but at the same time, very interesting and very excited to be here. Obviously, there are very well-established big names here, but also in terms of some specific products, we are, I would say, very unique. Because I was involved in several crypto projects in the last 5-6 years, I realized the big gap between the traditional finance and the crypto world. So that's why I decided to implement my knowledge and to start offering a really good crypto liquidity to our market. So I would say this is our main competitive product, which I would say it's one of the best in the market at the moment.
I know that you often comment on the poor pricing of crypto liquidity in the industry, right? So what do you do better, and how do you make sure that there is that the offering is actually good, especially in volatile markets?
Yeah. This is it must be a very good combination between conditions, which can be commissions, spread, execution, and also a market depth. So all these things can be combined in a very good product. Of course, as I mentioned, having my experience in the crypto projects which I was involved, I create a really good liquidity, putting a lot of market makers, a lot of exchanges, a lot of crypto providers in general in our mix of liquidity, which we create for our institutional and also retail clients, depend on their needs. So it's very important to know actually the needs of our client to give them, how we call it, bespoke solutions.
So how is crypto liquidity different from FX, CFDs, or let's say commodities that are incredibly volatile right now?
Honestly, these days, I don't think that it's a very big difference. In the past, it was obviously because of the lack of knowledge, new product, different volatility, different liquidity. These days, it's pretty much the same. Even in the last couple of weeks, commodities, they are much more challenging than crypto because of the big demand both ways, of course. So I don't think that there is these days very big difference. The only tricky part is the risk management of the crypto. Still, most of the dealing desks, most of the risk managers are not so involved in the crypto, so they cannot easily do the proper risk. So this is the reason why, for example, most of the companies are actually trying to offset the risk immediately, which create for them more costs, more challenges, and that's why they're not so competitive.
So, just interested, would you say we are experiencing another crypto winter? Or would you say we're still in the crypto spring, summer, autumn?
Maybe let's say commodity spring or summer.
Yeah.
But for crypto, I would say now I don't think that it's winter, but it's a very interesting period of the year when you can enjoy the sun, but at the same time you can be careful because rain and storm is coming. So it's a very interesting mix of things, which I don't think will change anytime soon.
Okay. So I know you've been investing into different regulatory structures at VS. What are your plans for 2026 and why is it important to you?
Well, being so many years in the industry, I know that staying for much more years, you need to be well regulated to follow the rules and to do the things in a proper way. That's why last year we managed to acquire European license as well. So we put in our group also European license where we will be able to work with the European customers. Together with this, obviously, we have several licenses globally, which help us to onboard clients everywhere and to keep and put our institutional clients in a very relaxed way, let's say, and their compliance guys to face a good regulated partners. We are pushing now for extending our licensing, also having options to offer more crypto products, let's say. So this year we are focusing on this, and I'm pretty sure in the second half of the year there will be very exciting news about our company.
Interesting. Well, stay tuned for that. Looks like you're going to have a very exciting 2026. One last question. If there is one advice you could give to risk managers out there going for the second year of Trump, what would it be?
Well, for sure, we need to be 100% sure that during the Trump period, the market will stay as it is. Advices usually in this market are not very welcome from the regulatory point of view. So it's not investment advice for sure. But we need to be very smart controlling our risk. It's not needed to take any type of risk at any costs. It's just from time. Yeah, we go from time to time. These decisions can affect the whole company. So it's better to be protected. Maybe we can miss some opportunity, but if you look at the whole picture, it's much better to keep the company in a very stable...
Safe and steady ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your
Pleasure as
time.
always.
Good luck here.
Yep. Cheers. Thank you.